Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be crocheting this mesh top, and in this video I'm making my own size and I'll be showing you how to make it in your own size. So let's get started. So this is the brand of yarn I'm using. It's called Yeah yarn. One yarn weighs about 40 grams, so I'm using about 4 pieces of this for this project. Now the yarn weight is called fingering yarn, or it can also be called a super fine yarn. You'll be needing a 3.5mm hook, a scissors, a measuring tape, and a stitch marker. Now to begin this tutorial, you're going to take measurements of your bust and you're going to divide it by 2. Now for example, mine is 34 and then I'm going to divide mine by 2, which will give me about 17 inches long. So we are going to be making chains of that length. So in total I'm making 90 chains. So you're going to make a chain that correlates with your own measurements, and mind you, it must be in a multiple of 9. So now we're going to start by making a slip knot. So now you're going to chain the length of your half of your bust. In total I'm making 90 chains for my own measurement. So after making your multiple of 9, you're going to measure your chain and see if it corresponds with your measurement. After doing that, you're going to take a stitch marker and you mark this last chain here. And then you're going to make chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. Now you're going to make single crochet into that marked chain space, and then we're done with this. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to make 8 chains. Now you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on the 9th chain you're going to make a double crochet. On that same chain space again, you're going to make a double crochet. Now you chain 8 again. 2, 3, 4. Now you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on the 9th chain here, you're going to make a double crochet. Now on that same space, you're going to make another double crochet. Chain 8. And then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the 9th one, you make a double crochet. On that same chain space, you make another double crochet. Now I'm going to repeat this for the last time. You're going to make chain 8. And then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on the 9th one here, you're going to make a double crochet. And on that same space, you're going to make another double crochet. This is the pattern we'll be continuing for this first row. You do that and I'll meet you at the ending part. Now for this last one, you're going to chain 8 again. And then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the last one here you make a double crochet. And then still on that same space, you're going to make another double crochet. And now this is the end of row 1. Now for row 2, you're going to make chain 3 and you turn your work. Now you're going to be making a double crochet into this open space here. Now you chain 8. I call this the V space. Now you go to the next V space and you make a double crochet. And that same V space, you make another double crochet. Now you make another 8 chain. And then you go to the next V space and you make a double crochet. And then on that same V space, you make another double crochet. Now you make another chain 8. Now you go to the next V space, you make a single crochet. And then you go to the same V space again and you make another double crochet. Now we're going to be continuing with this pattern to the ending of this row. Now this is the last part. You're going to make chain 8. Then on the last V stitch, you make your double crochet. And still on the same V stitch, you make another double crochet. Now we've come to the end of row 2. Now you chain 3 and you turn your work. On this V space, you're going to make a double crochet. Now you chain 8. And then on the next V space, you're going to make a double crochet. And then on that same V space, you make another double crochet. Now you chain 8. And you repeat that. You go to the V stitch and you make a double crochet, and still on that same V stitch you make another double crochet. Now you're going to be repeating this process till the end of the row. So now I'm approaching the end. So we chain 8 and then you make a double crochet on the last V space. Now we're done with row 3 and you're going to be continuing in this manner until you get to your desired length. So here is my desired length. In total I did 57 rows. Now the length for mine is 20 inches. After you might have done this, you're going to repeat this exact same process for our back panel, and I'll meet you at how to join the both of them together. I'm done with the both sides. They are both 57 rows and they are of the same length too. Okay, so this is how to identify the front of the work of your work. Now you should notice this part here looks like an air weaving. As you can see, this part, the first row here, looks like an air weaving, and the second one is not looking like an hair weaving. I'm talking about the first chain stitch here. So now the one that is looking like an hair weaving is the one I considered as the front. Although both sides tends to look like the other, they literally look the same. Note that this is your front, this is the front of your work. So you're going to take the front of your work and place like this, and then you're going to note where the front of your work is on the other panel. As you can see, this is the front and this is the back. So you're going to take the front, and you are going to place it like this together to the other part of the dress, like this. So now we are working front to front. For my own neck, I placed it on my body, and I decided that I'm just going to close from this place to this place. Now you can decide to close from here to here if you want yours to be an open shoulder. You're going to take an entirely different yarn to start the joining process. Now you take your work and you locate your first chain, which is this one, and then you locate your first chain here, which is this one. Take this one along, you pull up your yarn and you chain one. Then on that same space, you're going to make a single crochet. Now you go to the next chain stitch and you go to the next chain stitch on the other side and you make a single crochet. Now you go to the next chain stitch here and you go to the next chain stitch here and you make a single crochet. Now you go to the next chain stitch here and you go to the next chain stitch here and you make a single crochet. You go to the next chain stitch here and then you go to the next chain stitch here and you make a single crochet. Let me do that for the last time. You place your hook here and then you place your hook here to the next one and you're going to make a single crochet. Now remember, we are taking this short yarn along and then you're going to repeat this process all up to this point or all up to the point where you want your neckline to stop. You do that and I'll meet you at the end. So this is the last one. So you're going to make a chain one and you cut out this yarn off. You pull out your loop. For this one here, you're going to cut them out. Their work here is done. You're just going to repeat the same thing for these parts and you do that and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm done with the both side and so far this is how it's looking from the other side. So now we're going to be proceeding in joining this other part of the dress. You're going to measure your armhole. My own armhole measurement is 16 inches. Now you're going to divide that measurement by 8, which will give us 8 inches. Now you're going to place your tape and you're going to measure 8 inches out. So you're going to place your stitch marker on that space, on just one space. Now you count the number of rows: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So you're going to replicate that for this other side: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So this is where the other parts correlate. So this is going to be our armhole, and now we are going to be joining this other part of the dress. Remember, we did not cut out this other part of the yarn, so you're just going to take your hook and then you're going to make a chain one. You're going to place this first V space to the other V space. Now confirm that the number of rows here correlates with the number of rows in the other part. Now this is how to join. Now you're going to make a single crochet, one single crochet. Now this is the second single crochet and you make another single crochet just like this. Now you proceed to the next V space. You make 3 single crochet on this space here. Now you go to the next V space. You make 3 single crochet. Now for this part here, you're going to make your single crochets very tight. Now you make 3 single crochet on the next V space. Go to the next V space and you make 3 single crochets. Now you're going to continue that all until you get to where your stitch marker is, and I'll meet you at the end. I've worn the dress on my body and my armhole space is a little bit big, so I'm going to be closing this one here to this last one here. So you can place your dress on your body and check out if the armhole fits. So I'm just going to close just this last one here. Now you're going to turn the front of this dress. You're going to turn it. So when you've turned to the front of your work, you're going to chain one, and then on each of the V space here, you're going to be making 2 single crochet each on them. I have 18 V spaces here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Now for the other side also, I have 18 V space. In total I have 36 V spaces. Now I'm going to be making 2 single crochets on each V spaces. Now it will be 36 times 2, that will be 72 single crochets, and 72 single crochets are in a group of 9. So now that it's in a group of 9, I don't need to reduce, I don't need to increase. But if yours is not in a group of 9, you can choose to reduce the single crochet or you increase the single crochet. By reducing, you can choose to make just 1 single crochet on 1 V space. By increasing, you can choose to make 3 single crochet on 1 V space. Point is that it must be in a group of 9. So let's start. So you do this and I'll meet you at the neckline part. Now this is the neckline part, this point here. So you're just going to repeat what you did, and then you go to the next V space and you continue the process. This is the last V space, so we're going to repeat what we've been doing. And on this chain space here where we did chain 1, we're going to make a slip stitch. Okay, now we've come to the end of the sleeve part, and so far I've done the other part of the dress, and you can choose to leave your dress like this, that is without sleeve. It's still very fine when I wore it, but I want the sleeve. There's this picture in my head that I want. I use just 80 grams for all of this. Can you imagine that? It saves, this dress saves a lot of me, and it's very beautiful. Now let's proceed in making the sleeves because I want a sleeve in my own. So we're going to make chain 3, 1 2 3, and then on that same space you're going to make a double crochet. We've made our first V stitch. So now you chain 8, and then you're going to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and on the 9th one you make a double crochet. Now on that same space you make another double crochet. So we made the second V space. Now you chain 8, and then you count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and on the 9th one here you're going to make a double crochet. On that same space again you make a double crochet. You chain 8, and then you count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and on the 9th one you make a double crochet, and on that same space you make another double crochet. So you chain 8, and you count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and on the ninth one here you make a double crochet, and on that same space you're just going to make another double crochet. Now you're going to repeat this process all up to the end here, and I'll meet you at the end. Now this is the last part. You count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now this is the ninth one. Now instead you are just going to place your hook on this V space here, and you make a slip stitch just like this. Now I've come to the end of row 1 for the sleeve. Now you chain 3 and you make a double crochet on that same space. Now you make chain 8 and you make a double crochet on the next V space. You make another double crochet on the V space there. You make chain 8 and you're going to make a double crochet on the next V space. So you're going to repeat this process all up to you get to the ending. So this is the ending part. I'll make my chain 8 and then on this V space here I'm just going to make a slip stitch. So now we've come to the end of the second row for the sleeves. Now let's do that for the last time. Make chain 3 and on that same space I make my double crochet, and then you make chain 8 and then on the next V space you're going to make a double crochet, and on that same space you make a double crochet. Now this is the last one, so you're just going to make a slip stitch here. So we've reached this ending part, so you're just going to make a slip stitch, and we've come to the end of the third row for the sleeve part. Now you're just going to repeat what we did in row 1 2 and 3 until you get to your desired length, and I'll meet you at the end. In total I made 59 rows because I wanted to stop at my at this point here. So you can choose to make yours to stop at this end, or you can choose to make yours to be on your elbow. So any length you want your sleeves to be, you can choose to make it. So the length is in total is about 23 inches. You've made your desired length for your sleeves. You're going to make single crochets round the rounded in order to end the sleeves. Now you're going to make just one chain, and then on top of this point here, remember you're not just going to put it on this space. Now there's a space here that looks like this. You're going to make a single crochet. Now you go to the next space again, you make a single crochet. Now in total you have to make 8 single crochets on this part here. Now when you've finished making that, remember you're just going to make single crochet on this space, not on this big space here, on this space here. So you repeat that all up till you get to the end of this row, and I'll meet you at the ending. So I've reached the ending part. This is the last one. So you're just going to make a slip stitch on that chain 1 space. Yes, and this is the final look. So you chain 1 and you cut out your yarn. So you're just going to pull this out. You're just going to weave in these ends, and that's it. So you're going to repeat that for the other part of the sleeves, and I'll meet you when I'm done. So I've successfully done both sleeves, and so far this is how they are looking. Like I said, I did 59 rows in total for my sleeves, and for the length, this was where the sleeves stopped in my own body. We're just going to repeat what we did for the hand here to this other part. Firstly, you're going to place your yarn. You're going to tie this first knot here. Okay, you're going to place your hook. You pull up the loop and make a chain one. On that same space, you're going to make a single crochet. Now you go to the next chain stitch. You're going to make a single crochet. You go to the next one. You're going to make a single crochet. Now you notice how I'm holding my chain. I'm not holding it like this. You hold it like this so you won't get confused. Let the weaving part be facing you when you are doing your single crochets, so you won't get confused. So you get to the next stitch and you make a single crochet. So when you've gotten to the next V space here, you're just going to place your hook here and you make a single crochet. Now you move on to the next chain stitch and you make a single crochet. Remember how I said you should be holding your chain so that you won't get confused. So you are going to repeat this till you get to the corner, so I show you how to go about that. So I'm approaching the ending part. Now on the last V space here, you're still going to make a single crochet. Now in this space that is like this, in this side here, you're going to place your hook here and you're going to place your hook here and you make a single crochet. And then you're going to make one single crochet on this space here. Now you move on to the next chain stitch. You make a single crochet, and to the next one you make a single crochet. So you continue like that until you get to the end of the row. So this is the last part. Now for this side here, you're going to do just what you did on the other side, like this. On the chain one space, which was here, you're going to make a slip stitch. You chain one and you cut out your yarn. So for these ends here, you're just going to weave it in. And we've come to the end of this tutorial, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know which color you'll be making yours in, so kindly leave the name of the color in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because you really took a whole lot of effort to film and to edit. Subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on content like this. Okay, check my video on how to crochet a shrug. There you're going to get an idea of how to use this stitch to make a shrug. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.